So are your spiritual energy centers blocking your life? Yeah, are your spiritual energy centers blocking your life? Hi, I'm Rev Andrew Bozeman, and this is On the Wings of Your Mind. And I was just asking about your spiritual energy centers blocking your life. I hope you had a great weekend. It's Monday. And last week, would you recall, I introduced you to the energy centers of the body and how they affect your life. I called them spiritual energy centers because your medical doctor cannot see them. They are energy and based in your spiritual being. They may be invisible, but they are very powerful. They have profound energy and influence on your life. So, as we discussed last week, there are 7 of those energy centers within your body. Really? Interesting. Hold on, we're having technical difficulties here. No. There, I think that's better. Okay. We lost our picture for a moment, and but now we're back in business. Yes. Thank you to my lovely wife for alerting me of the difficulty. So, as I was saying, there are 7 centers, 7 energy centers in the body, and let me show them to you. Okay. I see by my comments, there we go, that it got fixed. So let's take a look at the energy centers. Here we go. There's 7 of them that are within the body, and starting out at the bottom is the root. And then that is at the base of the spine, and then you move up to the higher level of the spine, just below the navel, and you've got the sacral center, and then just above that, 2 inches below the navel, or 2 inches above the navel, we've got the solar plexus. Then there's the heart, and then above the heart is the throat, and above the throat, in the middle of your forehead, is the third eye, and then at the top of your head is the crown. Okay, so those are all the ones that are within the body. There's an additional one. Click it here. It's called the soul star, the soul star center, and that's floating about 16 inches above your head. So there are eight centers that we'll be working with, or that we were working with last week. And we will continue to work with them this week, but now what we're going to do is we're going to deal with bringing them back into balance. So please click on the thumbs up button. Thank you for your viewership. Please click on the thumbs up button if you haven't already done so. Please subscribe. I really enjoy receiving your comments and thoughts. So please, it's on my right, but on my right, yeah, it's on your right too. On the right side of the screen, I'd love to see your comments, your thoughts, your questions. Okay, so back to work here. So as I said, we covered the introduction to the energy centers last week. This week we're going to talk about how to bring those into balance, how to fix them if they're out of whack. Just an aside, we're going to cover this in 4 days, two centers per day, and at the end, after the last one, I'm going to post on the site below the video, below the last video. I'm going to post website addresses, URLs for you to go to get further information on all this. Okay. So first, we're talking about the root center, the root energy center. This is the energy center that supports our feelings of security, of being grounded, of feeling at home. This is your foundation. This is your foundation, your sense of stability and strength and survival. So if this energy is out of whack, then you're out of balance. Your life is out of balance. Now, some symptoms of the root being out of balance are feelings of fear, a mind that is overly busy, just so much going on in there, you can't shut it off. You're stressed, and you're overwhelmed with so many things going on, so many things to think about. You just can't settle down. It gives you a sense of being disconnected from the world around you. Well, all these are signs that your root energy center is underactive. It's not stable. It's not working properly. You may also feel drained, unmotivated, and without desire. If it's overactive, you might experience a quick temper, an inability to relax, heightened anxiety, aggression. You want to push. You have eating disorders and a lack of focus. Now, all those are signs of an overactive root energy center. You may also be overly concerned with material things and feel that you never have enough. No matter how much you have, it's never enough. It's never enough. So that will show up as greediness. So what can you do to alleviate these problems? Well, this is the root. And one of the things about the root energy center is that when you go to work, when you go to work on all these centers, one thing you need to be aware of is that your thoughts affect your energy. So if you believe that the work you're doing has power, then the energy that you apply to this work will be strongly amplified by your belief and your intention. If, on the other hand, you don't believe it's going to work, then you're wasting your time because it won't work. You know, Henry Ford said, if you believe you can or believe you can't, it's true. Either way, your mind has the effect. Your mind is the controller. So remember, we're not working with systems here that are physical. Systems and energy, they are above the physical. Science does not have the machinery to measure this work. The only way of measuring it is yourself, feeling the effect on yourself. So your own sensitivity and self-awareness must be heightened in order to enable you to detect the changes that are happening within you. Okay, end of lecture. So there's several ways to feed your root. One way simply is to walk in nature. That's all, just walk. Walk in nature, because the electromagnetic field inside a large group of trees or a large body of water like the ocean is very settling to the body. They call them negative ions, and the negative ions are very settling to the body, and they can gather there in that very peaceful environment. The ocean, the huge, one of the Great Lakes, or a large body of water, you will get this sense of peace, and that peace is actually there because the electromagnetic energy is settled there. It's not being ripped apart by cars rushing to and forth, etc. So taking a walk in nature is very helpful. It'll be very energizing to your root. So when you're walking, pay close attention to your feet, making contact with the ground. Imagine that there's energy rising up from the earth into the bottoms of your feet, rising up into your legs and charging your root energy center at the base of your spine. Now, if you can, do it barefoot. That's even better. But it's only if it's safe, like on the beach. If you're walking through the woods, I wouldn't advise you doing it barefoot because you could step on something that would be very harmful, cut your foot in some way. So walking in nature, that's the first one. Other kinds of movement will benefit as well, like dancing or yoga. Yoga is very powerful. Or even exercises that keep the energy from stagnating, the treadmill or the stair steps machines at the gym. Those things are helping to break loose any stagnant energy and make you feel the vitality that is filling your root. Another simple thing to do is wear red. Believe it or not, red. The root center vibrates in the color red. So it helps to feed it more energy. So wearing red feeds energy to the root system. Also being around red things like red flowers, red rocks, red paint, red room, red. Surround yourself with red when you're working on your root chakra, that is. Also gardening. Working in the dirt will give you connection with the earth, and you can feel the energy, the earth's grounding energy coming directly up through your hands and into your body. So imagine that energy rising from the earth into your body and energizing the roots. And get out of yourself. That's another one. Get out of your self-involvement. Get active in the community. Volunteer for something. Help other people to do things. Give back to the world. And what that does is that opens your system to include others, and it grounds you. It gives you a sense of grounding. And then finally, for the root chakra, take a warm shower. Take a nice, long, warm shower. But while you're taking the shower, imagine that the shower is not just water, but imagine that the shower is electrified and filled with light. And so it's not only washing away any obstructions in your root chakra, but it's also energizing it with light pouring down upon your body through this water. Just surround your system with light. Remember, this is all in your mind. This is where the energy is coming from, where the power is coming from. So feel in that shower that wonderful glow of white light coming down, drenching you with water and white light, cleansing you, clearing you, loving you. Love, by the way, is something you also need to do. Love yourself. Remember, this is your foundation. This is your foundation center. So give yourself love. Fill it with love, because that will strengthen your foundation. That will strengthen your root center, your root energy center, and give you power, the power of being solid as a rock. Okay. Yeah. Remember, you are a child of God. You are an individualized expression of infinite intelligence. So loving yourself, hey, it's no big deal, except you should love yourself, because when you become aware of that energy that fills you, then you're going to become a magnet for good. Very powerful. Okay, that's enough for the root. Let's move up to the second chakra, which is just below the navel, the Sacral Energy Center. This is the center of expression, creativity, sexuality, feelings, expressiveness. So when this energy center is in balance, your feelings are not restricted by insecurity. Your expression flows freely. You express without being overly emotional. You're open to intimacy and can express your passionate side as you actively express your creativity, love of life. You have no problems dealing with your sexuality. But an unbalanced center can lead either to your being stiff, unemotional, and non-expressive if it's underactive, and if it's overactive, you can be overly sexual, overly expressive, overly emotional, very emotional. You get easily attached to people. You can become clingy when that second chakra is overactive. So what do we do to heal that? Well, first of all, it vibrates yellow. So not yellow, orange. It vibrates orange. So wear something orange to feed energy, that orange-colored energy, into that second chakra. It really will help. Yesterday, for example, I gave a talk at church, and I knew that I was going to, at one part of my talk, I was going to sing. So what I did was I wore an orange tie, excuse me. I wore an orange tie, orange handkerchief to feed orange energy into my second chakra so that I could be more expressive when I did get to the part where I would sing a short song. And it worked. I could feel the energy, the brightness of it coming through. Remember, this is that orange. In order to get the color orange, you have to mix red and yellow. The heat and brightness of red and the positive energy of yellow come together to give you orange. So wearing that color feeds those elements into your system. So wear orange. The other thing you can do is eat orange things. Eat oranges, orange squash, mangoes, carrots. Carrots are orange. So eating orange things feeds also that orange energy into the system. Sweet potatoes. So again, remember, we're thinking orange, we're feeding orange energy into our second chakra. Still on the color orange, you can use orange stones on your body. Orange stones like the carnelian or I think it's the cat's eye. They will recharge you. What you do is you can lay down very comfortably and take the cat's eye. It's also called a tiger's eye. Stone or carnelian, and lay it on your second chakra, and just imagine that your second chakra is being filled with the energy from these rocks. Remember, it's your intention, your thought processes that are the real work. Okay? It's the real work, and that's what makes it effective. Also, one of the things you can do is you can buy potted plants that are filled with orange flowers. Those will work. Keep them near you. Interact with them, touch them, smell them, talk to them. I say potted plants because potted plants are still rooted in the earth, and so they're still receiving a lot of energy. They're recharging continuously. If you use cut flowers, then they're cut off from their source, and they have some residual energy, but that wears out in a couple of days, and it's not as powerful. So a potted plant is something to go for in your work to re-energize the second chakra. As far as physical work goes, you want to break that stagnant energy, you can focus on movement of the hips and the lower abs. So sit-ups, stretching, doing horizontal splits with your legs, not your arms. Free-flowing dance. Of course, yoga. Always yoga. In yoga, they got the butterfly pose. That'll give you some action. So you're working to open up the second chakra, which is expression, sexuality, feelings. Okay, here in this society, we're taught to hold our feelings back. But in order to, and so a second chakra being blocked is a common occurrence. But what you can do with that is you can also begin to write a journal and actually express your feelings on the paper and write black and white, if you use a black pen, of course. But now people are kind of concerned about privacy. It's like, well, if I write in a journal like a teenage girl, then somebody's going to get it and read it and embarrass me. Yes, that can happen if you're using a book, writing it with pen and paper, because that happened to me when I was using a book to do my journal. Somebody found it and read it and then confronted me with it. But if you do it on your computer, I now do it on my computer. I now write in my word processor using passwords to lock the files, and so that enables me to really express clearly and fully without fear of somebody coming along and exposing it, because you don't need those things exposed. So do it on a password locked file, but do it because it really helps, especially if you're a writer, to record memories and thoughts and events that you can refer back to when you're writing, that you can refer back to when you're thinking. Sometimes I'll remember something and I'll wonder how I felt when I did that, and I'll look it up in one of my journals to take a look and see how I've grown, to review dreams and see how I've grown. It's a very powerful thing to do. So definitely do journaling. Okay, so we've covered the root and we've covered the second chakra. The root is your foundation, and the second chakra is your sense of expression. So those we've done today. Tomorrow we're going to go to the solar plexus and to the heart to work on those. Okay? So let us close with prayer. Thank you, Infinite Intelligence. Thank you for bringing us together in this life so that we may become spiritual warriors and join in the work we have come here to do. Thank you, Infinite Intelligence, for bringing us into this space of awareness and a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationship to life and infinite intelligence. Thank you for showing us who and what we really are. We open our minds and hearts to the truth of our being. We are the children of God. We are individualized expressions of infinite intelligence. And because we are part of the greater whole, we are beginning to understand our value to the continuity of life on this planet. And as we become channels of your power, infinite intelligence, we can feel your presence within our lives every day. And we will rise because we are no longer cut off from you by being immersed in the darkness of fear, anger, and the pain of unforgiveness. So we are now restoring our connection through the grace of forgiveness, knowing that as we learn to forgive ourselves for the pain that we have caused ourselves, and as we learn to forgive those who inflicted pain upon us, our connections will grow stronger, and our lives will grow happier, healthier, and more prosperous. And for this we are truly grateful. As above, so below. As within, so without. And so it is. Amen. Please click on the thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Remember, I would love to share or see or hear your comments, your thoughts, your questions, because it not only helps to share them, it helps me to know what you need further to learn. So I look forward to it. So tomorrow, as I said, we're going to do two more. We're going to do the solar plexus and the throat. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I urge you to have a great day. I am Rev Andrew Bozeman, and this is On the Wings of Your Mind.